The following is a conversation with John Jacob Mubarak, an agape licensed a spiritual psychologist and practitioner, as well as a spiritual teacher, counselor, and trainer at Rhythmia Life Advancement Center in Costa Rica. John is one of Rhythmia's most beloved trainers, known for his compassionate guidance, profound wisdom, and a unique ability to blend humor with his spiritual teachings. His live shows on the Rhythmia YouTube channel have become a source of inspiration for thousands, including myself. I recently rediscovered the word incomparable from one of John's weekly live videos on Rhythmia's YouTube channel in his series Walking the Path. This single word profoundly impacted me, so much so that it now holds a central place in the title of my upcoming book, Divine Incomparable You, DIY. In this conversation, we explore John's approach to spiritual growth, his insights into universal principles, and the powerful tools he uses to help others reconnect with their inherent wholeness. We also touch on personal stories, the role of humor in feeling, and his philosophy on navigating life's challenges. John has a rare gift for uplifting others with a warmth and energy that is both grounding and inspiring. Whether you met him in person, watched him online, or are encountering him here for the first time, I believe his words will resonate deeply. This is a conversation about the journey of healing, self-discovery, and the courage to step into your own incomparable truth. And now, dear friends, here's John Jacob Mubarak.
Hey.
Hey, what is going on?
How are you, Matt?
Good. I'm pretty good. Thank you for meeting up with me. I'm really excited.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
Yeah, I know. You are. I've been following your work for a year or so. When I learned about Rhythmia, and then we met in person last August at Rhythmia, and so now we are finally going to do a little interview. I have a bunch of questions for you.
Thank you, brother. It was really a pleasure meeting you too, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity. And thank you for it always still people are like, I've been following your work. I'm like, wow, thanks. I still feel like, wow, that's so cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no, you do amazing work, and I remember when I met you in person. I went over after the first meeting. I think that you were doing the first introductory meeting, and then after the meeting, I went over and I gave you a big hug, and I say, I love you. So that was me.
I remember that. No, I remember you.
Okay, because I know you see so many people every week. So, but yeah,
we had a connection. We had lots of interactions. I totally remember your week. It's really interesting. We do see a lot of people. But we've been in contact, since you left. So
right.
It's not like you're totally in my awareness for sure.
Yeah, and I will see you again, and I will give you another hug in April. So I'm going back to Rhythmia. So get ready for another hug.
Okay, I'm ready. Thank you. Thank you, brother.
You're welcome. All right, so I have a few questions, and then I have a few questions. I asked ChatGPT and Claude AI to go through all your entire website, and they gave me a bunch of questions. So I made a selection of those questions, and I think that's going to be interesting.
Okay, cool.
If there is anything that you can later on send, hey Ben, can you take this out? For whatever reason, I can do that because this is not live. So. But yeah, if you want to go quickly through the questions, like I said, this question sometimes you can, take 10 minutes or 30 seconds. Depends how much you want to expand, but it's up to you.
Let's leave it to spirit and let's start with a prayer. Can we start with a prayer?
Please. Okay.
So I'm just so grateful and so thankful for Benjamin. I'm so grateful for all of his work, for his presence, for his devotion, for his willingness, for his yes. I'm grateful to be here in this wonderful environment, this opportunity to share, to communicate, to engage. I'm grateful for the wonderful machinations of the universe that brought us together. And you just think about the odds that we get to I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful and so thankful. I'm thankful for life. I'm just grateful to be alive. I love life so much. I'm so grateful. And I recognize the divine presence, not a man in the sky, not Santa Claus, not a person, but a presence, a consciousness, an intelligence that is everywhere present. It is my life because my life is God's life. I am God. Benjamin's life is God's life. He is God. We are one with the thing, one with that which is, one with all that ever was, all that is, and all that ever shall be. We are connected to everything and everyone. We are one. And it's in this oneness that I know that this interview, this podcast, that our time together is so fruitful, that new ideas emerge, that we both have insights and develop new ways of seeing, that there's something in our conversation that reaches out to others and connects with them and provokes the spirit within them, that there's healing taking place in them, that there's insights and downloads and revelations and new ways of seeing it. A call to action, a call to inspired action occurs just because we've connected in this way. So I'm grateful. I know that this is outstanding. It's an outstanding interview. It's an outstanding podcast, and it's an outstanding time together. And I know that spirit is on the field because spirit is the field of consciousness in which we live and move and have our beingness. So this is awesome. I'm so grateful. And so it is. Amen.
Amen, brother. Thank you. Thank you. I almost cried. But thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Question number one.
Okay.
So this is a really important question. I want to make sure we talk about this first. And the question is, what's the spiritual recalibration circle?
Oh, that's my favorite question. That's the best question, first of all. The spiritual recalibration circle is a ongoing weekly community that kind of came through me. It bubbled up as an idea, and we've just launched. We're in our first month, and it's a weekly spiritual community for people who are looking to anchor their spiritual practice, to be in community, to and to be supported, right? So we have group coaching. It's a group coaching container. Group coaching on the first and third Wednesdays of each month, and breath work or somatic integration or life visioning on the second and fourth Wednesdays. We have a WhatsApp chat group for accountability. And like, for example, this month, we're working with the spiritual body. Each month has a theme, and it's open enrollment. You can join really at any time because it's a modular approach. So this month's theme is the spiritual body. And we're working on getting clear about what we want, because our want and our desire comes from our spiritual connection. What we want, the true and good desires of our heart, are the true and good desires of God. Mm-hmm. And so we're getting clear about our want, and we're crafting that into a statement. And we're also meditating twice a day. And what people are reporting, we just had our third session, and people are reporting breakthroughs, insight, is we're meditating with a specific intention. And the intention this month is, what in me needs to be healed, or what do I want? And then we just sit in silence. And sometimes you don't get anything. And sometimes you get insights. People are having insights about areas in their life that they want to heal, things that have come up for them. They're getting clear about what it is that they want. And we're doing breath work that reinforces it. Next month's theme is our New Year's intention. So this whole process that we'll be working on throughout the month, which is a review of the past year. What lessons have I learned? And then crafting intentions in the 8 areas of our life, the 8 life structures, and intentions for 2025. So the whole month will be devoted to creating a powerful intention for 2025. We'll be doing breath work and meditation and all that good stuff. So the Spiritual Recalibration Circle is an ongoing spiritual community with people that are devoted to practicing their spirituality and up-leveling their lives and turning within for the answers. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest piece.
Mm-hmm. So it is, in a way, kind of an enhanced way of booking a session with you, because when you book a session with you, which is great, but it's an hour, but this is something you can do the entire month if you want, because you have so much material, and so it's kind of a superpower session with you in a way.
Thank you, brother. That's the intention, to have a group coaching container. Because what I love about teaching classes in a group setting, and you kind of experienced it at Rhythmia, was, one person has something that they're going through, and inevitably that person feels like, oh God, I'm wasting everybody's time. You know,
Right.
this is about me, and I don't want to take up the time in the class. And inevitably, 90% of the people in the class are receiving something from that interaction that I'm having with that one person. It's so
Absolutely.
powerful.
Yeah.
So I wanted to recreate that group setting. So it is
Right.
a group coaching for sure.
I think it's a great idea because, like you said, when you're at Rhythmia, you're so in tune with the people that are there with you, and you kind of take elements from each person, and then people can see you doing that magic, and then that encourages people to speak up, and then that could help. It's this whole thing that I think is brilliant that you are doing this, kind of in a more private setting, and yeah, so that's great, man.
Thank you, brother. So I want to invite people, if they're listening and they're interested, to please um, check it out.
Yeah, so I also wanted to ask you, on your website, you have a subdomain where it's about the spiritual recalibration circle, and there is a little introductory video. I wanted to ask you if I can actually put that video into this video after this question, so can people
Of
a little
course.
more. And I'm gonna put a
Oh my
link
God.
on your website as well, obviously.
That would be amazing. Thank you.
So yeah.
Hey, my name is John Jacob Mubarak, and I want to invite you to join the Spiritual Recalibration Circle. It's a transformative, ongoing community where you learn to tap into your highest self and receive the answers you've been seeking from within. If you're ready to recalibrate your life, integrate your connection to spirit into everyday living, and connect with like-minded seekers, this is the place for you. In our sacred circle, you'll experience a powerful blend of live, weekly group coaching, spiritual teachings, and breathwork practices, all designed to help you align, integrate, and embody your spiritual insights. Every other week, along with group coaching, we'll dive into meaningful topics like integrating spiritual practice into your daily life, cultivating self-worth and self-love, creating your victory story, finding belonging, healing your relationship with money and your body temple, and embracing spiritual principles, all practical tools that you can apply right away. And then in the off weeks, you can join live breathwork sessions, live visioning, and powerful processes that are crafted to help you integrate what we learned in class the week before. It's going to allow you to rewrite disempowering stories and truly embody the wisdom that we explore together. You'll gain access to an ever-growing on-demand library filled with video resources like Kundalini Yoga, meditation, breathwork, Kirtan Kriya, Qigong, and more. It's like a treasure trove of practices to enrich your journey. And we have a WhatsApp chat group that'll keep you connected, supported, and accountable, ensuring that you're never alone. To top it off, you'll receive personalized guidance tailored to your unique spiritual path, helping you deepen your practice and live in alignment with your true self. This isn't just another class. It's a sacred space where real transformation happens, and I would be honored to have you as a part of it. So if you're ready to recalibrate your life, deepen your connection to spirit, and join a community of like-minded seekers, click the link below to join the Spiritual Recalibration Circle today. I can't wait to see you inside. Peace and choicest blessings.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. All right, so let's want to keep going with the next questions.
Sure.
If you are up to. So the next question is, what does the word rhythmia mean? So I don't know if you know.
So
I'm not sure.
Rhythmia was, funnily enough, the story that I heard was it was the name of a record label that Jerry wanted for his son. His son is a
Oh,
musician and now a producer. His son's actually won some Grammys.
oh wow,
Um,
wow. Yeah.
and he's worked with some really big names. But
Yeah.
when he was little, he wanted to have his own record label, and Jerry bought that domain
Mm,
for
wow.
his son, for his record label, and for whatever reason, his son didn't want it, and then Rhythmia came up, and that's
That's the
the
story.
opportunity to start the center, and he decided to name the center Rhythmia.
That's pretty cool. That's That's a good clip to cut and paste as a short because I don't think many people know what the word means. Next question. Who created Rhythmia's logo and what does it mean?
A really good friend of mine, and of Jerry's and of Rhythmia, created the logo. And his name is Stefan. And the logo, I think it's really open to interpretation, but it looks like a face. It looks like
Right.
mountains,
Hmm.
but it also looks like a face, a profile of a face laying down, a head
Right.
laying down. And I think it's really beautiful, right? Because
Oh,
we're
yeah.
growing roots down into the earth, and we are, every if you think about, I don't know if you're familiar with anything with fractals,
Fractals.
fractal.
Yep. Yep.
Well, so all of the fractal patterns, the Fibonacci code, all of those patterns that we see in geometry are actually taken from nature, right?
Right.
And every pattern that we see in nature is sort of repeated in us. Now, this is my interpretation. This is not, you know, a Rhythmia interpretation. This is my interpretation.
Right.
But if you take a tree and you turn it upside down, it looks
Hmm.
like the pulmonary structure of our lungs. If
Oh,
if you're in an airplane and you're looking out the airplane at an ancient river in the desert, you see the alluvial fan of
mm,
that river. That kind of looks like our veins.
right. Right.
Like the patterns and forms of the leaves of the trees, the structure of the architecture of plants and trees are similar to different architectural structures that we have within us.
Hmm.
And so I think that's really beautiful about the Rhythmia logo as well. That's what it brings to my mind is um, is the connection between nature and humanity. And I believe, as I think most people at Rhythmia believe, that I think most people working with plant medicine on the planet believe that these plant allies are gifts from the mother that bring
Right.
us close.
Right. Hmm.
That's my take on the
Good.
logo.
All right. That's great. It's a beautiful logo. And the next question is related to that one is, have you ever seen a Rhythmia logo tattoo?
I don't I don't think I have.
No.
I probably have, but I don't think I have. I don't know. I don't know.
You may see one in me one day.
All right.
Because it's such a beautiful logo. So I was thinking, oh, that could be a really good, cool tattoo, actually.
Yeah.
So next question, why is ayahuasca only allowed to be produced by indigenous people?
Wow. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure there are people that are not indigenous that are producing it, but
Right.
you know, um, these are ancient traditions,
Right.
and um, what has developed. This is again my opinion,
Hmm.
my personal opinion. Um, what's developed over the years as these plant medicine traditions, and the way that the people who are preparing the medicine
Hmm.
prepare it and cook it is part of the magic,
Right.
literally magic, you know.
Absolutely.
Uh,
I wouldn't want to take it from anybody else but them, by the way.
yeah, I mean it's a tradition that's passed down,
Hmm.
um, and in like anything, if you think about supplements that you're taking,
Right.
right? Like you want to know where they come from, what
Right.
the base ingredients are, how they were processed. You're not just want to take anything, is it synthetic? Is it natural? How is it processed? Oh, this the ingredients of this supplement were harvested during the full moon, and then brought to this facility that's been blessed and has, if someone tells you that whole story about the way they produce their supplement, you're going to be like,
Right.
oh, this is really good. I like that, right?
No,
Um,
absolutely.
so
I
the
feel
same,
so safe at Rhythmia, by the way.
I'm so grateful. That's a big part of Rhythmia safety, for sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know
Yeah.
that with the medical license, um, with the program itself, it's all designed to bring people to a place of feeling safe so that they can really feel.
Oh, it is the safest and the best place in the world to do ayahuasca. If you do it for the first time or if you did it 10 times, there is just no other place like Rhythmia in the world. So I was thinking about doing ayahuasca for many years, and it's the only place I would have done it. So yeah.
I agree. I agree. It's a wonderful, wonderful place with a super unique program. And I've been there for almost 8 years, and uh,
Okay.
I've seen so much transformation. I've seen so many miracles. It really
Yeah.
worked. Really special place for sure.
It is. It is. I made 9 videos about Rhythmia, and I talk about all of all these things too. And anyway, so you're gonna be video number 10 of Rhythmia. So that's why I have the
Oh,
10 right there. It says Rhythmia.
that's great. I was wondering what that.
So this is my Costa Rica away jersey, and I printed Rhythmia with the number 10, which is the number I use when I play soccer. So anyway, and I thought that would be cool if John could be video number 10. So
I love it. I love
yes. Yes. So the next one, I'm gonna move on so we can get going with the get to the Chat GPT and Cloud AI questions. Those are pretty cool. So, what's the difference between a light worker and a light warrior?
it. At one point, okay, here's a great way to explain it. So a light worker is someone who many people will identify as this. They're the person that everybody in the family goes to for help or advice, or all your friends are kind of going to you for wisdom. You're the one that everybody loves at work because you just always kind of make things go. You're like the glue that keeps things together. You're a light worker. Light warriors are individuals that speak out against injustice. They kind of
Mm,
hold a consciousness of righteous indignation, right? Like speaking up for people who don't have a voice. Um,
wow, that really resonates with me actually.
and I think we move in and out. Like sometimes
Right.
we're the light worker, sometimes we're called to be a light warrior. There's also an aspect of feminine and masculine energy, like maybe a little more feminine energy, not necessarily biology, feminine energy in the light worker, maybe a little more
Mm.
masculine energy in the light warrior. But I think typically that's to me is the difference.
Okay. Cool. Cool. So the next one is, can you explain the word incomparable? I'm sorry. Can you explain what the word incomparable means to you? Because I saw in one of your videos that you were talking about that specific word. So.
Yes, Reverend Michael teaches Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith from Agape International Spiritual Center, who's my teacher, and I'm an Agape licensed spiritual practitioner. And Reverend Michael teaches that we are incomparable. And it's a form of mature ego. And it lives in the life structure of the ego. Ego is one of the 8 pillars or structures of our life.
Mhm.
Um, and this structure is about, the immature version of that life structure is uh, kind of an ego that's more like Lord of the Flies. Might makes right, inferiority, superiority, and equality are the hallmarks of that sort of consciousness.
Mhm.
Even being equal is an aspect of comparison, right? Because I'm equal to you, but I'm superior to another person, and I'm inferior to another person. All of that is abdication of responsibility.
Mhm.
And when we as we spiritually mature, when we realize that we are incomparable, that there's no comparison. There'll never be another Benjamin.
Right.
Be another Benjamin. There has never been one. And there won't ever be, and there's not one on the face of the earth now. You're completely unique. And this to me helps me to keep myself like the other day I was asked to teach, to co-facilitate with someone who's like someone I really respect, and who's really, really great. And it's like, whoa, I'm comparing myself to them and going, I'm not, you know.
Happened to me today with you. I was thinking, I love this video, but anyway. So.
Thank you, brother. Well, so here's the thing, right? Like when we start to anchor into the fact that we're incomparable or incomparable, that I can't, no matter how amazing, let's say I was on the show with Deepak Chopra, right? And normally I'd be like, oh God, what do I have to say compared to Deepak? I mean, like all the answers,
That
right?
happened to me.
But the truth is that I have my own perception, my own perspective. I have my own life experiences. And when I can relieve myself from that lower vibrational consciousness of the ego that's comparing myself to Deepak and wanting to either be his equal or feel inferior or feel superior or whatever it is, that's all muddying the waters. When I can be myself authentically and know that I am connected to spirit just like he is, and that there's no big or small in God. It's not like God is bigger where he is and smaller where I am. The divine intelligence is a little bit more with Deepak than it is with me. No, it's equally with you, equally with me. And as we can relax into that,
Right.
suddenly we're open to receive the divine influx of intelligence and love and beauty. And we get to
Hmm.
share something that's completely unique and beautiful and simple, or whatever it is that's coming out of us that's us.
Right.
And then to be like, I'm cherished by the whole, as are you, as is Deepak, you know,
Hmm.
um, as is everyone. So that's what the word means.
Yeah, I'm writing a book called Divine Incomparable You, and I gotta thank you because you made me aware of that word. So, and that's now the title of the book I'm writing. So, anyway.
Awesome. Awesome. I'll
So
write the
thank
forward.
you.
Let
Thank
me
you.
know. Yeah.
I watched a video and I was like, oh, okay, I never thought about it that way, and now it's part of the title. So
I'll
I'll give
honor
you a
it.
copy. Obviously, I will send you a copy.
I look forward to it.
Hopefully, if it's published by the time I go back to Rhythmia, I'll bring you a copy. Obviously, so
Congratulations. Congratulations.
thank you, my friend. So next one is your live shows are fantastic. What is the purpose of doing them?
I just looked out my window and saw a monkey, which is never like it never gets old. When you look out your window, there's a monkey in the tree. I'm sorry. You asked me the question. I looked up and it was like I was lost in thought about this. I was like, I'm not lost in thought. I'm just looking at this monkey. It's so freaking cool.
That's
I
awesome.
played with monkeys and fireflies and iguanas and wow.
I
Okay,
know. I miss Rhythmia. I miss Rhythmia. You have no idea. I really miss it. So.
come back. Come back.
I will. I
Okay.
will. I will. I'm finishing my dates with Sally right now. So
Oh, good. Good,
so
good,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
So, what's the purpose of doing the live stream? Because I love to share. I love to teach. It is, it is a natural expression of who I am.
Right.
And it's just something that has to come out, right? Like there's just not even a choice. It's
You
like
can't help it.
I want to, I mean, trust me, from the earliest age, it was like, why do you always have to be saying something, speaking? I was like always the class clown, always in trouble, always like children should be seen and not heard. Why are you so? And I was just always like expressing and emoting and for a long time, I was, I went to the Catholic school and it was bad. I was bad. I was unruly. They called it being the center of attention.
Right.
And, I had a lot of trauma and false narratives, false premises about the fact that anytime I felt the call to express myself, I had to edit it and pull back because it was too much. You're too
Mhm.
much. You're just wanting to seek attention. You're just, and the truth is, as I have grown in my spiritual practice, it's like that's what wants to come through me.
Right.
And um, and so it became a way to kind of becomes a video blog of my life.
Mm.
Like each week is a topic that's up for me. It's like,
Right.
what's going on? What am I thinking about? What am I feeling? What's on my mind? What's on my heart that week?
Right.
And sometimes I don't know the topic until minutes before.
Right, right. I noticed that sometimes that you are talking, oh yeah, today I was meeting with Susie and this happened. And I love it. I'm a big fan of your show, so that's why I was asking the question. But yeah,
Thank you, man. I'm so honored. Thank you, brother.
no, I love it. I'm one of, I always leave in I left a comment on the one you did today. It was 27 minutes long stream that you did today and left a comment because I love your work. So anyway.
Thank you. I got to go back. I need to get better at because I do it and then I kind of
Oh,
forget
yeah.
to go back and check the comments. So I need to go back and check it. Thank you for leaving a comment.
Yeah, no, I know you're super busy, but I just want to, show support by leaving a little something. Hey, John, I love you, or something like that. So anyway,
Thank you, brother.
I
I
love it.
love you.
Love you too. So this question is related to something you were saying before, and here's the question. So I watched a video about inferiority and superiority, and that concept of both being both sides of the same coin was very revealing to me. How do you deal with someone in your life you cannot get away from, like a boss or a sibling, when no matter what you do or say, she or he still thinks and will ever think of you as being inferior than them?
Ooh, so hard, right? Takes a lot of fortitude.
Mhm.
Uh, it's really hard when someone, you know, like for instance, I get to talk to you and you think so highly of me. You've shared such beautiful words and compliments that you hold me very big. So I
Right.
get to speak into this big listening. And
Mhm.
it's so much easier, right? It makes it so much easier to share. Now,
Mhm.
and we've had the experience of when someone thinks you're a shithead
That's
and
right.
and they just don't like you and anything you say or do is stupid or whatever it is. And it's like you try and speak into that.
All
They
right.
hold you like this, right? And so it's an experience. It's really challenging when someone thinks so poorly of you. Now, the truth is, and as we grow spiritually, we begin to learn that what somebody thinks of me is none of my business.
Right. Right. Right.
And
Yep.
and that I actually can't control what anybody thinks of me
Exactly right.
anyway, ever.
Right.
The only thing I control is how I can respond. And I am learning to
Mm.
position myself in a horizontal relationship.
Mm.
So if somebody is thinking of me as inferior to them, I'm not placing myself in that way. I'm placing
Right.
myself in a horizontal relationship, not a vertical relationship. And and typically, like your question was, what about people you can't get away from, right? Because typically, if someone's thinking about life in terms of that, it's probably not a relationship that I want to be involved in.
Right.
If it's a boss,
That
right?
happened to me, yeah, for 9 years. So
Yeah, it's a challenging piece. And ultimately, if I were in a session with you, I would start inquiring as to what in you is seeking to be healed around inferiority and superiority.
right.
Because all relationships, whether they're professional or personal, are sacred mirrors,
Mm.
mirroring back and reflecting and revealing the areas within us that are seeking to be healed.
Right.
And so kind of, I always bring it back to subject, right? It's like, okay, your boss might be a total shithead. She might be treating you unfairly, or and you're completely justified in your opinion and belief.
Mm.
However, remember, we're not a victim. No
Right.
victimhood.
Right. Right. Exactly right.
So whatever is like the universe is not giving us signs or trying to teach us lessons. The
Mm.
universe is simply reflecting back to us what
Right.
we're putting. So if I'm in a situation where I have a boss that's treating me that way, aside from the rightness or wrongness of the boss's actions, the
Mm.
only power that I have is here. And how am I
Right.
holding myself? And I would start to work on that with you
Right.
and with myself if I was in that situation.
Mhm.
Um, and see what is that reflecting back to me that's seeking to be healed within me around my own sense of inferiority.
Right. Right. Right.
Did you find that to be the case with you? That the
You know,
that
the case to me is like, in my case, there were 9 years, and I thought, the only thing I can do, I think that I instinctively understood what you're saying back then, so I didn't care too much. The thing is, it was the kind of the harassment of, things he would say to me almost on a daily basis, and I know we are all equals, and we're all one, so. But there's so many things you cannot say to your boss, like, "Hey, man, you're a broken kid. You need to go to Rhythmia," or so. So to me, it was like thinking, I'm gonna have to leave, and I left. So and he might be miserable with his own life and doing the same thing to others, and he was doing the same thing to others. So to me, it's like, I'm just gonna leave because there's nothing I can do. So, just knowing, loving myself, and this is like you were saying, so I love you, and there's so many people who love John, and there's this one idiot who, so is focusing on how many other people see you for who you are, and loving you for who you are. And that was kind of how I dealt with it until I left. And I'm a happy man, but but it was, it's rough every day, like, negative things. And so I don't know, that's how I dealt with it. So, you know.
you know, I just finished a book called The Courage to be Disliked.
Oh, that's a
That
good
was
title.
really good. It was
Beautiful
really,
title.
but about the courage to be disliked, one of the main pieces is that if I'm constantly modifying myself in order to make myself pleasing to other people, I'm fundamentally denying the truth of who I am. I'm losing touch with my core. And and so the courage to be disliked is the courage to be authentic and to know that not everybody's going to like me.
Right. Exactly.
As crazy as that sounds, how could anybody not like me? But not everybody's going to like me.
That's right. But you get the right crew. You
Right.
get true friends.
We each have our sacred ecosystem.
Right.
You know, we each have our sacred ecosystem in which we are supported and we can support others and that we feel good in. And that's the community that we want to find.
Right. Absolutely. Okay, so the so da, 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 da. So this one, just because we were talking about this a little bit, I'm skipping a few questions, but this one is: I heard most guests at Rhythmia, at least the week I was on, saying that you are their favorite trainer. So humbly and truthfully, why do you think that is?
Thank you, brother.
It's the truth. The truth. So.
Gosh, how do I want to respond to that? What's coming through? Man, I'm so grateful that this is what I get to do.
Mhm.
For many years, I was in the food and beverage business and in sales.
Mhm.
Um, I grew up in the restaurant business. My family had a restaurant for 60 years. And then I went and worked for the Ritz-Carlton and the JW Marriott. And I was, in management um, and worked for really high-end restaurants, and then I ended up being the event sales manager for a yacht company in Marina Del Rey.
Mm.
And in all of those places, I was being of service, helping people, um, and especially with the event sales, these were people's weddings and their bar and bat mitzvahs and their, birthdays and their, galas and anniversaries. And these were life events and people, you're a part of their really special day. And that was beautiful. But there was something that was, and that was using my gifts and talents, right? In a wonderful way. And you could say I was being a contribution, but there was something in me that was saying more. Like, this isn't bad. I was really happy.
Right. Right.
It's something was calling for more.
Hmm.
And I just always wanted to, um, like, the people that I loved and that I wanted to emulate were teachers.
Hmm.
And so I think, when you ask the question, you know, why am I a favorite, which is such a great question to receive. Um, I believe that it's because I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Hmm.
And it's what I really love. Like, I'm really passionate about it, and I really have a great desire to be of
Hmm.
service. I feel so honored that I get to witness individuals who are really going through, like, releasing big stuff,
Right.
being very brave and very courageous.
Hmm.
And, it's like, it's such an honor. And it's a passion and I love it. And so I feel like I'm I'm where I'm supposed to be. And I think when people are really shining and expressing themselves to their full, and of course we're never at our full potential. There's always more, but
Hmm.
kind of like, for where I'm at in my life right now, this is a good expression of my potential. And of course there's more, and I'm growing and expanding. But I think when we see anybody nailing it in their life, it brings us joy. You know,
Absolutely.
like when I see an Olympic athlete, like the dedication, the devotion, all the years of practice, all the years of training that brought them to the moment. It's like, when I'm in class, it's not that I prepared for class. It's that it's been 20 years of training that got me
Right.
to
Right.
that class, to this interview, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's all coming forth, it's all bearing forth. And it's like a love. I'm in love.
Hmm.
And when you love something, it will love you back.
That's right. No, I have this perception of you being light and being this angel, and you have sacrificed your entire life. I'm saying the word sacrifice in a good positive way, to make the world a better place. You're touching so many lives that it feels to me that's your life mission, to be this beautiful shining light. And it's like, as soon as you walk in a room where you're doing a meeting, there is this presence of you, of light. And I just wanted to thank you, because it takes a lot of courage to sacrifice your own life to others. So we all
Okay,
need
wait,
to
let's just
thank
get
you.
something straight. I'm not sacrificing anything,
Wow.
right? Like, I'm living in Costa Rica, baby. You know? I mean, I I'm having, like, life is amazing. And I think that, I really appreciate what you said. There is dedication and devotion. It's not like, oh yeah, I'm fucking, and I just show up and teach these classes.
Right, right.
I don't want to restart my computer. No.
No.
It's not like I'm just like blowing off shit and, like, show up and roll in and, like, here's the class, blah, blah, blah. No, it takes years of dedication and devotion, but it's the only thing that excited me.
Right.
Like, there was a point in my life where I remember this point where I was starting, I had started going to Agape, and then around 2008, it started being really like, oh, this is really calling to me. And then I started taking more classes, and I was still, like, working full time as a sales manager at the yacht company. And I started really participating in agape and going to services and then volunteering. And then I was a member of the choir. And then I started working in Reverend Michael's office and I started really getting involved in the community. And I remember coming back from a retreat and it was like the retreat was like a 4 day silent retreat. And I was driving back from Joshua Tree National Monument to LA.
Mm,
And I remember like it was Sunday and I had to go to work on Monday, and work wasn't bad. My office was on a yacht.
mm.
It wasn't, it was like, but I was like, I don't want to go sell bat mitzvahs, you know?
That's right.
I, I remember saying to myself, like, the only thing that really excites me is what we were just doing.
Right.
And it became like when that hit me, like, I just want to like be on retreat all the time.
Hmm. Hmm.
And things started shifting in my life in unexpected ways. It was not a Newtonian, like, now I'm going to orchestrate a movement from corporate America into being a spiritual practitioner. It was like it happened in bits and chunks and it was messy sometimes and uncertainty but spirit, which is us, not
Mm,
something outside of us, the spirit within us, the spirit all around us knows only its own fulfillment.
mhm,
And fulfilling itself is your life and is my life right now. And if we become more willing, the very presence of that consciousness within us will lead us like a school of fish or a flock of birds, in
mhm,
ways that we have no idea how we're grooving and moving and gliding and flying and swimming with all of life in this beautiful dance, and we don't know how we're participating. We follow that urge within us. So, it wasn't uh, it wasn't easy, but
mhm,
it wasn't a sacrifice.
mhm, mhm,
It's
mhm.
not easy and it's not a sacrifice.
Right.
Um, it takes discipline and
Mhm,
commitment and willingness and practice and study and maintenance on a daily basis. I meditate an hour and a half a day. I
mhm,
pray every day, morning and evening. I am um, maintaining my physical body. I'm eating healthy, whole foods. I'm very consciously, body temple, spirituality, ego, beliefs, excavate. I'm always excavating. What we do at Rhythmia, I do that. Like, what's my split? What's in seeking to be healed? What's the correlation to that from childhood? I'm doing that to myself all the time. It's
mhm,
like a fire hose of transformation,
mhm.
but that's what I want,
That's right.
so it's not a sacrifice.
Right. Right. Yeah.
But
Well, I
thank you.
just wanted to say thank you for what you do. It was very important to me, and a lot of people told me that what you do is really important to them as well. So, just as a fellow human, I just wanted to say thank you for the work you do, and it is noticed by me and by thousands of others. So, just want to say that's all. I really appreciate you and the work you do. So.
I'm very grateful. Thank you for that, brother. Thank you.
You are very welcome. So, the next question is, can you tell me a little bit about remembering wholeness, your Siddhana package, and about booking a session with you?
Okay. Um, Remembering Wholeness was a retreat that I co-facilitated at the Jungle Neighborhood
Mm-hmm.
in Rica. And it was a GBTQ plus retreat.
Mm-hmm.
So all like male identified, gay, transgender, bisexual, etc. Um, and it was so powerful. That retreat was in March of last year. I was looking to do another retreat at the neighborhood this year. I don't think it's going to happen because the one of my co-facilitators couldn't do it. And um, so the Remembering Wholeness was a week long retreat. And I do other retreats. I'm doing a retreat in May of 2025, I'm going to Peru,
Mm,
and it's not
mm,
a LGBTQ retreat. It's open. It's an open to everybody retreat, and I'm taking probably around 20 people. We'll be
mm,
staying in the Sacred Valley. We'll be working with Wachuma,
mm,
which is a beautiful plant medicine from the high Andes. We'll be working with the indigenous people of the Quechua and Quiro
mm.
communities,
That's great.
and we'll do hike. And the beautiful thing about Wachuma is you drink it and you hike.
Oh, okay.
You can you take it during the day. So
Mm.
you go into the mountains. It's a heart opening. It's a
Wow.
cactus. Opens your
Wow.
heart, and then
Mm,
there's rituals that you do while you're in nature. So
mm.
amazing. You can eat and drink, and you're like, oh my God, everything tastes so good, and it's so beautiful in Peru. And so we'll be doing um, two Wachuma ceremonies, a Temescal or sweat lodge. We're staying at this gorgeous retreat center. So that retreat will be June 28th through, I mean, sorry, May 28th through June 11th, 2025 in Peru. And I'll be posting that on my website.
Mm.
I do retreats. Sometimes they're gay focused retreats because it's really
Right.
powerful.
Mm.
And for those retreats, I facilitate psilocybin ceremonies.
Okay.
So I don't serve ayahuasca. I don't serve wachuma. Those have long traditions. There are also long indigenous traditions with mushrooms, but what I bring to facilitation of a psilocybin ceremony is more from a psychedelic assisted therapy perspective.
Hmm.
And I bring all of the spiritual practices from Agape as being a spiritual practitioner. And then what I know of the beautiful aspects of what the shaman that I've worked with Wachuma and Iboga, and I've done lots of ceremonies with
Mm.
Wachuma, Iboga, and
Boga.
ayahuasca. And so kind of what I've learned from all of those, and I take a little bit of that, but make it authentically me. And with a special intention to not be culturally appropriating anything, right?
Sure.
I'm
Of course.
not looking to co-opt somebody else's tradition.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
but there are elements of things that I like to combine and
Hmm.
make it my particular offering. So I do facilitate psilocybin ceremonies when I do my own retreats. When I go to Peru, I'm having a super amazing shaman who's worked with, but not really shaman. I don't like the word shaman, medicine keeper,
Mm.
um, who I've known for years and will facilitate and is working with Wachuma. Like it's a devotion, it's a dedication. And
Hmm.
I'm not part of that tradition. So I'll let them facilitate the ceremonies and I facilitate the integration and lead the retreat in other ways.
And that's a week long.
So that'll be in 10 days, 10,
10
11
days.
days.
Okay. 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 So,
So that's remembering wholeness and retreat. The next question was Sat-
about your Sedana package?
Satna.
Satana. Okay.
Sadhana. Sadhana is just means practice. I mean, it is a specifically Kundalini yoga
Okay.
and set of Kundalini practices. And Kundalini is a series of what we might call evolutionary movements
Mm-hmm.
that awaken energy in the body. And so
Mm-hmm.
these moving satnas, they're taken from a tradition of Kundalini yoga. They're not mine. But what I wanted to share with people is how impactful it was for me, because that's part of my morning practice every day. I meditate for
Mm-hmm.
half an hour, and then I'll do a half an hour of because I meditate 3 half-hour sittings each day, morning meditation, and then the morning satna afterwards, which is spinal movement, spinal flexation, and breath work to
Mm-hmm.
activate, provoke the Kundalini energy
Mm-hmm.
that sits in chakra one and bring it up into the pineal gland. And it's a beautiful way to regulate the body, to keep the spine young and flexible. It's part of my daily practice, and it's life changing. I wanted to share it with people. So
Right.
in the spiritual recalibration circle, there's a full on-demand video library with Kundalini practices, Qigong, breath work, meditations, all things that I've recorded, all practices that have been really beneficial to me. And I want people to have a solid meditation practice
Mm-hmm.
where they're turning within to get the answers from themselves, not from a
Mm-hmm.
spiritual teacher. Or, I mean, of course, I'm a spiritual teacher. I want people to come to spiritual teachers, but we need to be turning within.
Mm.
Then I also want people to have a whole like gig bag of spiritual practices so that they're practicing consistently. And one of my favorite phrases is consistency over intensity, right? We want to be consistent in our practice
Right.
instead of
Right.
doing like
Right.
2 hour-long meditations. It'd be better that you did, 7 10-minute meditations
Right.
or 20 meditations, consistently each day.
I think
So
Reverend Michael talks about that too.
consistency over intensity. Yes,
Yeah.
that's one of my favorite talks that he gave.
Yeah.
I remember telling him about that. I was like, Rev, I was telling him how much it meant to me. And he was like, when did I do that? He's like, that stuff just comes through, man. I just speak it out. And I was like, wow, it really meant a lot to me. I love that talk. If you remember when it was, I'll go back and listen to it because it might be some good stuff. But
Yeah. Yeah.
it was a lot to me.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, and
No, I'm
looking at
subscribed
that,
to his channel, and I'm watching, almost daily. I watch his content, some shorts and some interviews that he does. So I don't remember exactly which video, because I watch as many as I can when they come out. So, but yeah, I love his
he's
work.
my teacher. He's my
I
teacher. I
know,
love him.
I know. You're lucky. You're lucky. I would love to meet him one day. He's such a
You can.
beautiful
He
light.
comes to Rhythmia in
Yeah,
June
right. Once a year, right?
January and July, twice a year.
Right. Yeah, so I'm going next year to Rhythmia when Taita Juanito is there. So I want to meet Taita Juanito, and so I'm gonna try to pick one. I think he's there 6 weeks a year, something like that. So trying to get in one of those weeks.
Beautiful. I'm sure you will.
John, are you ready for some of the ChatGPT and Claude AI questions? I know we don't have too much time, but you want to do just a few of those?
Sure, and I'll make them. I'll make them quick answers.
Okay. How do you incorporate humor into your spiritual teachings?
I have no idea.
Good.
It just like comes out.
All right. So these are questions from ChatGPT going through your whole website, and I think there's something about humor in there. So next one. How do you integrate universal spiritual practice principles into your counseling?
It's all principle based, right? Like, this isn't about giving advice.
Mm-hmm.
It's about reminding people of what's already true, right? Like, when somebody's going through something, we want to use spiritual principle to anchor them.
Mm.
For example, everything is working together for good is a spiritual principle. People
Right.
go, well, I have cancer. How is that working together for good? And
Right.
how we work through that to see the blessing of what's happening, that the challenges in our lives, as Reverend Michael says, this is one of his phrases, the challenges in our lives are just blessings in work clothes.
Mm. That's a
And
beautiful quote.
yeah, the guy's brilliant. I love him. And so that's how you incorporate spiritual principle. It's like, all right, how do I take this thing that's happening in life and what principle applies to it? And how do we now have a new understanding of the experience that we're having in life based on spiritual principle?
Beautiful. John, next question. What is affirmative prayer and how does it differ from other forms of prayer?
Yes. So prayer in the past has been about beseeching a reluctant deity, as Reverend Michael says, beseeching a reluctant deity who doesn't want to give us stuff, right? Like, oh, please give us this, defend us against those people, help us win that football game, whatever it is that we're asking for, that this deity, this person in the sky has the ability to dole out blessings or punishments, right? And so old prayer is like begging and beseeching. Please don't do this. Please do this. Affirmative prayer is a 6-step process. Originally from the New Thought churches, it's a 5-step process. Reverend Michael added a 6th step. And so at Agape, we teach it as a 6-step process that begins with gratitude, recognition, unification, realization, thanksgiving, and release. So in 6 sentences, an affirmative prayer would be, I'm so grateful for this time that we've had together. I recognize God as all of life. I am one with that life, one with all of life. I know that everything is unfolding in divine perfection for you, brother, and I know that all is well. I give great thanks for this knowledge, and I release this prayer and say, and so it is.
Mm-hmm.
A very short version, but you gratitude, recognition, unification. So you give thanks, you recognize the divine presence, you unify yourself with it. The realization step is where you speak spiritual principle. Everything is working together for good. All of your needs are met. Your body is the body of God, divine, perfect, whole, and complete. Every cell of your body is shot through with light, love, whatever those principles are.
Mm-hmm.
God is love, God is peace, God is joy. Divine intelligence is working through you, and God is in the midst. Peace be still. Those are all realization statements. And then you give thanks again. I'm so grateful for this realization. I'm so grateful for the truth that I've spoken. And I release this word. I let it go. I give it to the law. And the law, the principle of the law is that the word spoken, when it's spoken with feeling, because God does not hear us, God feels us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When it's spoken with feeling and matched with, when we're in alignment, spiritual body, emotional body, mental body, physical body, all in alignment with our word, then the law must act automatically on that spoken word, not on the word, but on the vibrational frequency underneath.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all creating all the time. Most of us aren't doing it consciously. Most of us are creating shit we don't like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but the truth is, we're responsible for our experience, period.
Right.
So if you don't like what you're creating, we got to create something different. So affirmative prayer is one of the means by which we lift our minds above confusion
Mm-hmm.
so that we can see clearly the truth, which is all things work together for good, or
Mm-hmm.
a number of other principles.
Beautiful. Well, John, I would really want to be respectful of your time, and I have another 12 questions, but why don't we do one last one that I think is a good wrapping question? Last question, John. If you could sum up your life's mission in one sentence, what would it be?
Well, I actually have a mission statement. My life's mission is first and foremost to my own spiritual growth and development, to walk that path with others and to be in service to the grand idea of a world that works for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
That's my life mission.
Can I steal it?
It's mine. You got to have your own. There's something uniquely you. You're incomparable.
Yes, yeah, no, I was just kidding, but I love it. It's beautiful. So, and I think you're doing an excellent job fulfilling that mission, my friend.
Thank you, brother.
So thank you so much. I want to be respectful of your time. People can find you at sacredtruths.com. What's your
Sacred-truth.com.
dash?
Sacred-truth.com.
Okay.
Thank you,
And
brother.
I will add that into, some sort of I'm going to put it on the video. And again, thank you so much. I love you. I will see you in April, and I will give you a hug, a huge hug. So
I want your book.
of course, yes, yes, of course. I promise you, I will. If it's printed, I will. If by then I have it already printed, and it will be my 4th book. But
Congratulations. I'm trying to get one across the finish line. And you got that's amazing, man. Congratulations.
I'm telling you, ChatGPT has been helping me with this one a lot, and I'm writing it, but ChatGPT is kind of making it, polishing it. It's a good assistant. My last book was called Master Plan Your Success, so that one is on Amazon. But if you want, I can bring you a copy of that one too, if you're interested. So I'll actually give you a physical copy. I have a physical copy of that. But the next one, if it's printed by that time, I'll also bring another copy of that one.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
All
Thanks.
words. Thank you.
Thanks to you, and we'll talk soon, okay?
All right, we'll be in touch. Thanks, brother. Bye-bye.
Bye.